Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Elmo.
And I'm the biggest fish in the pond. I'm Tuna.
Welcome back. So we're going to be talking about last week's games and what happened, who scored goals, anyone got sent off, any controversies, and we're also going to be telling you how our predictions went for that game as well. So Sunday at 4:30, you got Leeds United versus Arsenal. Leeds United nil, Arsenal nil.
And that's it for that game. Thank you for watching. Now, Pepe sent off in this game after 51 minutes. That's the biggest story of the game. The only real goalmouth action came from Leeds hitting the woodwork 3 times, Arsenal hitting it once.
Yeah, it,
Um,
it weren't that an exciting game. I'm kind of glad that Pepe got his red card because that was the only bit of juicy action. I think there was some coming together not long before this between the two players. I think that's what caused Pepe to kind of stick his head on to who was it again?
Alowski.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
ref didn't see it. VAR kind of asked him to go and review the footage.
yeah. I, I mean, BBC describe it as a football headbutt, and that Alioski threw himself to the ground. So it shows how impressed BBC was with the acting. But Arsenal just were not good
I
at all.
I do agree with that. I do think that yes, there was a clash of heads. Well, say clash of heads. Pepe definitely headbutted him, but there was no. It was one of those reactions where, for some reason, your feet come off the ground. It's not that you fall to the ground; your feet come off the ground. I don't know any headbutt that would actually
A
make you
massive gust
lift
to
your feet
wind,
up.
massive gust to wind at the same time, just blew him over. Uh, I mean, with VAR, you don't even need to go down for these things. Just the movement in the head, that's all VAR needs for a red card. You don't need to be going down like you've been shot in the face.
I did see a few people on Twitter saying what were going through Pepe's mind, thinking that he could get away with headbutting somebody on a football pitch that's being broadcast live with VAR monitoring all cameras.
I mean, this is a £75 million player who's done next to nothing for Arsenal.
Yeah, and since Arteta's taken over at Arsenal, this is their fifth red card. No other team's got that many red cards since Arteta joined.
At
It's
least two more than any other team,
it's not
which
it's not looking good for them, to be honest with you.
it's not, and they don't look any better under Arteta as they did under Emery. I was going to say Bielsa then, completely wrong team.
But I
And
think that's it. If they win a game, or they have one game where they play well, then all I see and all I get, because I know a few Arsenal fans, is that Arsenal's back and this is their year and Arteta's changed them. But they haven't. There was poor against us and they only managed to get a 1-0 win. And I think that's their only win in the last 5 games,
they
something like
came
that.
at this game with 34% possession. A team like Arsenal, who are generally known as a footballing team and a possession-based team, and for me, they've looked worse since Wenger left than they ever did under him. And I hope Arsenal fans are proud because they've done that to their own club.
Yeah.
And I mean, they don't look good. They've spent all this money in the past couple of years, and they don't look any better at all. And Leeds are incredibly unlucky to not come out of this with a win.
I kind of expected Leeds to. I mean, just having a look at my prediction now. I predicted Leeds 4-1 just because Leeds have got something about them when they're attacking. And like you say, they hit the woodwork a few times. They was very unlucky and they definitely deserve something out of this more than Arsenal, but it wasn't a great game.
Yeah, I had Leeds 3-2, just because there's normally loads of goals when Leeds play, and there probably should have been in this game. To be fair, they say the amount of times that each team hit the woodwork. Arsenal had 2 shots on target, the first of which after an hour. and they've only scored one Premier League goal in 5 games, and that was a penalty. So they,
And I'm having a
for
disco.
I noticed that. That's Arsenal fans coming for us already. Um, yeah, I've completely forgot what I was going to say as well.
Right,
Are you back?
I'm back. So yeah,
Um,
so that kind of that result kept Leeds down in 14th place, but pushed Arsenal down into the bottom half of the table. They're 12th. 4 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 13 points, and Leeds 3 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws with 11 points. Both teams with only 1 win in the last 5 games. Something that you might expect from Leeds with them only just coming up, finding their feet in the Premier League again. Not something that you'd expect from Arsenal.
Leeds have been. This was the 101st match on the Bielsa, and it's only their third goalless draw in that time. So I'd say when we expect goals from Leeds, I mean we expect goals from Leeds. But they've also kept 41 clean sheets in that time, which is more than any of the top 4 tiers in English football. So I personally think we were both right to back Leeds in that game, and say if it just wasn't for some bad luck with the woodwork, we'd have both been getting at least a point in that game.
Yeah, in Leeds games, there's been 14 goals scored by Leeds and 17 goals conceded. So yeah, there should have been more goals. Leeds looked the better team attacking. Uh, Even if they weren't a red card, I didn't see Arsenal really doing much in this game. They've got a lot to do. They're not looking good. They they've spent a lot of money on players that aren't really doing much for them. Willian kind of had a couple of good moves and some. He was looking good in the first 2, 3 games, and then he's not really done much since. Um,
I said
Lacazette,
earlier
I've
this
not rated
season,
Lacazette anyway. He's not doing much. I think Aubameyang's the only player that I rate at Arsenal at the moment.
yeah, and I said at the start of the season that this is Aubameyang's real last chance to play for Real Madrid, who he clearly loves, and if they're playing like this, is he going to try and force his way out in January?
God knows.
Obviously, playing Europa League football, I don't think he's going to be there for too much longer because he is far too good for that club. And for me, Arsenal are a mid-table club at best now.
Yeah, I mean they finished eighth last season. Um, they were 10th at one point. I thought they were going to finish 10th, but did they finish? Yeah, they finished eighth, didn't they?
Yeah,
It was Sheffield United that finished 10th, but they had
I
a very poor second half of the season last season. They're having a very poor start to this season.
I can't remember the last time Arsenal had a standout result in the Premier League, and you just thought this is a really good performance from Arsenal. Every time I've seen them, they've been poor, very poor.
Yeah, and I get a lot of I know a few Arsenal fans. I work with a few Arsenal fans, and our form at the start of this season, I got some stick from them. Monday
And
morning, it was very good to speak to them. All the stick that they gave me and about our United's doing nothing and they're getting relegated. And as soon as I started speaking to them, I'm like, oh, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about how Arsenal's back and they're challenging for the league? And so I'm enjoying it at the moment.
that's
I'd
good. You
love
don't
for
have
them to
Arsenal fan
finish.
TV.
I'd love for them to finish in the bottom half because I'm just sick of Arsenal fans, to be honest with you.
Sick of Arsenal, full stop.
Yeah.
Small club. Why do I do this every time against Arsenal? I say it and then realise exactly what I've just said about them.
Tuna's socials below Arsenal fans.
Bring it on.
Go check
I'll
him out.
remind you. I'll remind you of a tiny club that you are.
Right, guys, that's it for this video. Please go and check all the other videos out for the games from last week. Please check out our predictions video as well, which is us predicting what we think will happen in next week's games. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, throw some comments in on who you think is going to be winning, what you thought of the games, any ideas that you want to see on the channel or anything like that. Check everything
Follow us
out in
on
the
Twitter.
description. all our socials and links for our YouTubes and everything like that are in there. Um, anything from you, Tuna?
No, you pretty much say follow our Twitters. Come and talk to us on Twitter. Come talk football on Twitter. Let us know who you support, where you think you're going to finish this season. Obviously, it's a crazy season, so anything can happen.
Yep. Like I say, go and check all our other videos out, and we'll see you next weekend. Bye.
Bye bye.